Tommy, it must be wrapped to have that security of a new 2-year deal and reward probably for a great start to the season as well.
Yeah, it's always a massive relief just to know that you've got a job next year, and it being at the Cats is an absolute treat, and very lucky to be here.
The start to the season, you're leading for tackles, but one area of your game I've just noticed just your ability to spread from the contest. You look a little bit quicker out of the contest this year. Is that something that we're right in seeing, that maybe a bit of work with the new strength and conditioning teams help with that?
No, I wouldn't have thought, Tommy. I'd probably say of our midfield mix, I'm probably the worst at that. But it's definitely a part of my game. I try and work on get contest to contest. That's where I feel comfortable, is in the contest. So the more I can get there, the better. But that's nice of you to say.
And your tackle numbers, are you aware of them? The numbers that you've been posting?
Through you, I think. Everyone really sort of brings it up with me or talks about it. But I mentioned before that, it's not a focus of mine. And, I think only 2 weeks back I only had 5 tackles. And, it's just how games eventuate. Obviously we've got some pretty potent attacking weapons in our midfield. So if I can try and complement that with my defence, then, how we can win games.
You've been working with Tyson. I think he's taken the most inside 50 this year across the comp. That's what the Caps posted last night. So, you work with him on his craft?
No, not at all. I've had nothing to do with that. That's just all Tyson, and it's great. He's such a talented offensive weapon, and to be able to add that to his game, it just helps us win games. And I think that's just a credit to his team mindset. And I know the forwards, they place high emphasis on having at least one tackle a game. So, he's definitely leading the way for them.
I think that's maybe been missed. I mean, obviously he hasn't kicked the goals that he has in the past, but it looks like he's putting on that defensive pressure that you need, that perhaps been missed by some people that watch it pretty closely.
Yeah, I think it's missed by the majority of people. I think, today's game, those offensive moments and awesome goals and bursting out of packs and stuff, that's probably what the majority of people love seeing, and tackling and that sort of stuff is less valued, but definitely not by our team. When Tyson's doing that sort of stuff and creating goals for others, it's highly valued by his teammates.
Can you take us inside the three-quarter time address in Perth, mate? Scotty looked reasonably animated. Can you give us, just let us know what was the message to that point? Was he a bit frustrated with how you guys were playing to that point?
No, Scotty never shows his frustration. It's always very forward-looking mindset, and we still had a quarter of footy left, and it was probably just reminding us that we're one of the best fourth quarter teams in the comp, and it's not just going to happen. We need to go out there and get it done, and that's what eventuated. So. It's nice to have a calm mindset, knowing that if you put in the effort, you can execute.
Yeah, speaking of coaching, you put your hand up to coach AFLW this year as well. Can you take me into those conversations and how that came about? Have you wanted to be a coach for a while?
Yeah, I'm not a coach. I'm just helping. They're looking for a midfield coach at the moment, but I'm very much just a voice or a touch point for the girls, and I've been able to get down to a few trainings over the last couple of months, and I really enjoy working with them. They're a really hard-working group that are very keen to learn and get better. So I'm enjoying it.
How will that work on game day? Will you have an official presence during games?
We haven't worked through that yet, but their season sort of starts when our finals series is ongoing. So. I'll definitely get to the games if I'm available. But like I said, they'll have a midfield coach going forward, and then I'll very much just be there if they need me. It's more just I'm a midfielder. Nina's a midfielder. Amy, Georgie, all those guys are midfielders. So how can we share craft and better each other?
Gold Coast Saturday afternoon. What have you seen in their midfield that makes them a challenge?
Plenty. Obviously Anderson's probably been the standout. His last month's been awesome. Raul and Tuka, really consistent players. So, Yeah, we'll have a challenge. It's always a challenge, and yeah, we're not. We feel like we've been going pretty well as well. So yeah, it's more about how can we nullify their strengths, but amplify ours. So yeah, we'll look forward to them in the next couple of days.
Halfway home, 8-4. It's a nice launch pad for the second half of the year.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we've had some tough games, and I feel like every game we've been in it. There hasn't been a game that we've played where I felt like we couldn't have won at one point. So that's probably the most pleasing thing, I reckon, that we've been able to stay in games, and at times we've executed. But yeah, our last 3 weeks have been really enjoyable, and hopefully we can carry that through.
This form's been incredible the last 3 weeks as well. He's not changed anything. He's just having one of those purple patches essentially.
Yeah, I don't know if he's changed much in his training, but yeah, I think for Jez, obviously everyone looks at his goals, but for me, I just love when he's getting high up the ground, creating contests, bring the ball to ground for our small forwards. So goals is a nice touch. Obviously, we like when he's executing and finishing his work, but yeah, I'm not too sure if he's changed much or if he's just getting the rub of the green at the moment.
10 years ago, you were running around in St Joey's jumper, and I think you're getting together with those boys to continue reunion on Sunday. On reflection, you look back at how important that year was for you to, I suppose, you first as a senior footballer and the launch pad that it eventually gave you to where you are now. Yeah,
it was massive. Obviously, I had no idea what I was doing. I think I was 20 or so. So we just had such a great group. It was a drought-breaking premiership for Joey's. So the whole club was behind us, and yeah, I still remember that night heading back and being announced on stage in front of everyone, your family and friends. Yeah, it's probably to date one of the best weekends I've had. So yeah, looking forward to catching up with everyone and hopefully seeing Joey's beat Newtown.
It means a lot to you, the club, doesn't it? And I suppose they're role in your journey to here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just friends and family. You know, Dad coached there for so long, and that's just the memories that I have is kicking the footy at half time in the seniors, and yeah, playing markers up while they were in having dinner, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, keen to get back there Sunday.